More concerns are emerging over the proposal for an underwater project at Balmar. MP for Killarney and leader of the opposition, Dr. Hubert Minnis, is commenting on the plan, which will facilitate Balmar's air conditioning system. According to Dr. Minnis, residents in the area are aware of the project and their concerns haven't fallen on deaf ears. Our Janae and Noel Ferguson has more.
While PLP Senator Jerome Gomez blames the F&M government for the proposed pipeline from Long Key to Goodman's Bay by Ocean Terminal, F&M leader and Killarney MP Dr. Hubert Minnis says this plan was always discussed by Bahama officials.
They've discussed this from time immemorial. They had discussed this with me personally when I was involved as Minister of Environment, when environment fell under me. So I'm quite aware of it. Like I said, it's not new technology, so it's been around for a while.
While the project has been linked to former Senate President Lynn Holowesko, Dr. Minnis insists that the project has not been approved. However, he says the opposition will be closely monitoring how the government handles the proposal.
Certain individuals who weren't Bahamians who were involved with this company. Mr. Gomez called these individuals' name, and we're watching closely to see whether the Christie government approves the program and change the faces involved, moving from one group to another.
The opposition leader hopes residents will remain at the forefront of any decision that is made to ensure that they are not adversely affected. The former administration, he says, would not have made any decision without the input of residents.
They had discussed this with me personally when I was involved as Minister of Environment, when environment fell under me. So I'm quite aware of it. Like I said, it's not new technology, so it's been around for a while. But in either event, it had not yet been approved by us, and it would not have been approved until ongoing discussion with the community and others, Bahamas National Trust, etc., so that you can get complete agreement and input.
Bahama executives have already confirmed to our news team that even if OTEC's project is approved, beach access for Cable Beach residents will not be restricted at any time. Janae Noel Ferguson, ZNS News.
Well, earlier this week, DNA leader Brownville McCartney announced that his party will offer crime prevention tips suggested by the public to National Security Minister Dr. Bernard Nottage. Well, McCartney says this is just one of the ways his party will seek to keep the government on its toes.
Asking the government in connection with their fixing of boundaries, the date of the election as promised by Mr. Perry Christie, having a fixed date. I don't see anything in the speech from the throne or the budget debate regarding that, and now is the time to fix it, not a couple months before. Now is the time. The time period, whether or not there'll be term limits for the Prime Minister as well.
A prestigious dance company is in the capital this week. The Harlem Theater of Dance, an organization whose existence was inspired by the life of the late civil rights leader, the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., is in Nassau. Thanks to the Nassau chapter of Links Incorporated, scores of dancers of all ages around the country had the opportunity to interact and learn from the world-famous dance company at the Kendall G. Isaacs Gym in the last few days. Our Cyan Thompson tells us, along with Links, the workshop was a collaborative effort along with the Atlantis Resort, U.S. Embassy, and the Ministries of Culture, Tourism, and Education.
As of today, dance in the Bahamas will become a feature in everything we do.
In the midst of enthusiastic Bahamian dance students throughout the country, the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Dr. Daniel Johnson, reaffirmed the need to recapture the passion for dance in the country.
It signals for us what Links represents, and that is, this is a link between what you do and what we have, but it's a renaissance signal for us to talk about where we're going to go again with dance. So as of today, the National Dance School of the Bahamas has our full attention.
Thanks to the Nassau chapter of Links Incorporated and stakeholders, the prestigious Harlem Theater of Dance held a series of dance workshops for students in the capital and around the Family Islands. President of Links, Diane Pinley.
The workshops were very important from the perspective of exposure, because we felt that the dance students needed to have some exposure to to international dance, and also to, like I said, to inspire them to embark on professional dancing.
Dance students involved in the workshop shared their experiences.
I never knew so many girls in the Bahamas was interested in ballet, but it was good. It was a very interesting experience because I've always dreamed to be a professional dancer. My mother, Paula Knowles, she danced for many years, and I think I took on her dreams, and I hope to become a professional dancer someday.
The dance company of the Harlem Theater of Dance will give performances at the Atlantis Paradise Island on Friday night at 7:30 p.m. and a Saturday matinee at 3 p.m. Cyan Thompson, ZNS News.
Not be restricted at any time. Janae Noel Ferguson, ZNS News.
Communications company franchisee, you may have to wait a while because BTC officials are still formulating a business plan to see how franchisees qualify. BTC's Vice President of Channels and Marketing, Gershon Major, told Fidelity Business that a number of Bahamians have already expressed interest. However, their goal is to maintain the BTC brand.
We will be looking, however, at opening our first franchise location in Grand Bahama. Location is yet to be determined, but that is the idea and the goal by July.
Royal Bank of Canada here in the Bahamas responding to Moody's downgrading of its bank along with 15 others. In a statement, RBC officials note that the bank remains one of the strongest and highest rated banks in the world, reflecting our strong financial profile and the success of our diversified business strategy. While Moody's has changed their overall view of the capital markets industry, RBC Capital Markets has been consistently profitable thanks to a strategic and measured approach to growth and prudent risk management. RBC expects no impact on their clients and minimal impact on their business. Remember, you can send us an email or join us on www.znsbahamas.com or become our friend on ZNS's official Facebook page. And that will end tonight's edition of The Business Beat, sponsored by Royal Fidelity. I'm Altaviz Munnings. Thanks so much for watching.
It's time for today's Doctor's Hospital Health Tip. Once upon a time, before cigarettes were invented and air was polluted, lung cancer was unheard of. Today, it's a leading cause of death from cancer in men and women. About 85% of them can thank cigarettes for the disease. Lung cancer is especially deadly because the rich network of blood vessels that deliver oxygen from the lungs to the rest of the body can also spread cancer very quickly. By the time it's diagnosed, other organs may be affected. Symptoms of lung cancer include chronic cough, blood-streaked mucus, shortness of breath, wheezing, chest discomfort with each breath, weight loss, and fatigue. Lung cancer is difficult to detect in its early, more treatable stages, so the best way to combat the disease is to prevent it. As you might guess, you can do that by eliminating the single greatest cause of lung cancer, smoking cigarettes. The risk of developing lung cancer is proportional to the number of cigarettes smoked each day. Anyone who smokes 2 or more packs of cigarettes a day, for instance, runs a risk nearly 25 times greater than that of a non-smoker, which means that even smoking less than 2 packs a day still increases your chance of developing lung cancer. The longer a person smokes and the more deeply the smoke is inhaled, the greater the risk of getting lung cancer.